Omagnanatmirandasya gnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanande. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
May I please introduce the translator Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
So the reciter was Radha Mataji. We already know her. Translator was Tapas Mukherjee Prabhuji. He lives in Cooch Behar, West Bengal. He is a graduate and he is working as a science teacher. Prabhuji likes to attend spiritual conferences. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. So today is chapter 11, Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga, the universal form. Arjuna Vacha Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samhitam Yatva Yoktam Vachastena Moho Ayam Vigato Mama. Arjuna said, I have heard your instruction on confidential spiritual matters which you have so kindly delivered unto me, and my illusion is now dispelled. So this is important because there are some commentators on the Gita who say that Krishna had to show this Vishwarupa, how he is controlling the whole cosmos, how is everything controlled, and within him, how is the supreme controller. So they say that even for Arjuna, Krishna had to show this to prove that he is a supreme. They make some commentation, they have some understanding like that. Now, as we already saw in the 10th chapter, Arjuna clearly accepted Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. After hearing the 4 essential verses, the summary of the Gita, in a nutshell, as given by the Lord himself, Arjuna declared Krishna to be the supreme person, Purusham Shashwatam Divyam. So he had a clear understanding. He has a clear understanding always, but right in the Gita, in the 10th chapter itself, very clearly Krishna's position is confirmed by Arjuna. So it was not that Krishna had to show Vishwarupa and then Arjuna accepted. No, that is a wrong understanding, right in the Gita as we understand. And here also, this verse also, Arjuna is saying, my illusion is now dispelled. So Arjuna has no more doubts about Krishna's supremacy, about Krishna being a supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna being the supreme controller. Arjuna has no doubts. So it is very clear. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity as realized through your inexhaustible glories. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see here before me your actual position, I yet wish to see how you entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that universal self. So Arjuna is requesting the Lord that if the Lord so wishes, let the Lord show him this Vishwarupa. Let the Lord show him this universal form. Otherwise, Arjuna knows that nobody can command Krishna. Krishna is supreme person, is supreme master, so nobody can order him, nobody can command him. It is his sweet will. The sweet will of the Lord is causeless mercy, that he agrees to the desires of the devotees. Otherwise, he is a supreme master, supreme controller. Nobody can order him, nobody can compel him. The unchallengeable, supreme boss. The blessed Lord said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, behold now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied divine forms, multicolored like the sea. Whatever you wish to see can be seen all at once in this body. This universal form can show you all that you now desire as well as whatever you may desire in the future. Everything is here completely. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give to you divine eyes by which you can behold my mystic opulence. So, Dadami Divya Chakshu. So, Arjuna is being given special eyes. Special eyes means the divine power to see the Lord. So, it is not that we can imagine how the Vishwarupa is, we can speculate. No, this is not the way to see the Vishwarupa. If the Lord bestows His mercy, His grace, then one can see by revelation. It is not that forcefully we manufacture some microscope, some telescope, so many things we by these attempts or by some yogic exercises, gymnastics, or by some study of Vedic scriptures, very intellectual or intellectually our orientation. Nothing can help us to see this divine form of the Lord. If the Lord bestows out of His causeless mercy, then only we can see. There is no other way by our own attempt to see the Lord. The Lord is inconceivable. Adokshaja. His name is Adokshaja. Adokshaja means Adakrita Akshaja Gnana. So what we grasp with our gross senses, our eyes, our ears, all those, and we describe with the words Artuksha. In Sanskrit, the letters Artuksha. Two meanings of Adokshaja. Artuksha, whatever we can describe with this by the words, or Aksha. Aksha means the eyes, through the eyes, is beyond this to perceive, to understand, to realize. Krishna's one name is Adokshaja. Adokshaja Vishnu. So Krishna is not understandable, is not conceivable like that. So only when the Lord is by Himself pleased to bestow that vision, then we can have some understanding, then we can see. So Arjuna is requesting the Lord, and the Lord, being pleased with Arjuna, is ready to show His universal form. So Arjuna is being told here that whatever you wish to see in future, because Arjuna by nature doesn't want to fight the war, doesn't want to see all the bloodshed. But Krishna is showing here that you fight or not fight. I am the one who decide and I am the one who execute. Finally, I am the supreme sanctioner. So all these people are already died, are already dead. So Arjuna will see this in this Vishwarupa. So Krishna, because Arjuna by nature doesn't want to fight, doesn't want to kill. But when he understands that it is the Lord's will, I fight, I don't fight, Krishna has already decided and it will be executed, whatever may be the consequence. So then he understood and then he agreed to be part of the Lord's game plan. So that's what Krishna is saying here. Whatever you like to see, you can see. Whatever in the future is going to happen, that also you will be able to see. So Krishna is saying. So actually, devotees don't want to see this Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa is is a power display of the Lord. His mighty power, how he is controlling the cosmos, how everyone is following his order. It's a horrible form. One way it's a gigantic form. So suppose we see a huge body of water, definitely we become afraid. A tsunami rushes in, we are afraid. A huge storm comes, we are afraid. So it's something like that. The Vishwarupa Krishna is showing all these mighty things is all under his control and is functioning. So Krishna is going to show this Vishwarupa. It's a huge gigantic form, a form like having so many heads, so many hands. So anybody will see big manifestation like that will get terrified. So devotees don't want to see this. They know Krishna's supreme power, but they don't want him to show this power. But for us to understand, Arjuna is asking the Lord to show, because we don't believe that Krishna is supreme. We don't have faith. So Arjuna wanted Krishna to show that, so that in future we all will believe, because Krishna is telling Arjuna every verse, every chapter, that he is the supreme, he is the supreme controller. But Arjuna wants Krishna to show that power, so that people, when they hear, when they see, yes, Krishna not only said that he is the supreme, but also he showed himself to be supreme. Various leelas the Lord did, wonderful leelas, lifting over the hill, and as Lord Rama constructing the floating bridge. Krishna keeps doing so many divine leelas. Similarly, Here he's showing his divine form wherein everything is under him, everything is contained within him. Nothing is independent of him. So Arjuna wants Krishna to show this, to set an example, to set a proof that how Krishna is supreme. Because it's also that many people claim, I'm an avatar, I'm an incarnation, I've come to bless you. So many people concoct incarnations, falsely claim, no. So this is also one more test. So when Krishna is showing this Vishwarupa, immediately anybody who claims to be an avatar, he should also show some kind of Vishwarupa. Nothing, nobody shows anything divine, and simply says, I'm God, I'm an incarnation, I'm an avatar. No. So we should not get cheated. So like this, Arjuna is setting the criteria, Arjuna is setting the scene for Krishna to show the universal form. And by Arjuna's understanding, as he sees, we come to know something about the universal form of the Lord. Yes. Sanjay Uvacha Yevamuktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamas Parthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. Sanjay said, O king, speaking thus, the supreme, the Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. So Sanjay is explaining to Dhritarashtra, that is how the Bhagavad Gita is being spoken. So as the Lord showed this Vishwarupa, Sanjay is also able to see. Whoever were devotees of the Lord on the level of Arjuna, who are all great personalities, they could all see this universal form because Krishna showed this form to Arjuna simultaneously because of their elevated consciousness. All the Pandavas, the Bhishma, personalities, even the many devatas who are all great devotees, they could all see great sages, many great sages, and even Sanjaya, who is a great personality, he could also see this Vishwarupa. So because of Arjuna's request, not only Arjuna, but many devotees saw, but who are not so developed on that consciousness like the Duryodhana, they could not see. They could not see what is happening. What is happening on the chariot, they could not see. And it is like Arjuna sitting in the chariot is seeing. So now if I want to see something, we want so much technology, so many gadgets, so many background arrangements. The satellites are there, the cables are there, the antennas are there, receivers, the mobile, whatever the instrument, the Wi-Fi, mobile, so many things, so many grandiose arrangements. Nothing is required. For Arjuna, is sitting there on the chariot and Krishna is showing everything immediately. So we want to see something happening somewhere, we want so many things, so many gadgets, so many things to see. About that also not completely. It is all we can see by the light effects, we can hear some sound. But Arjuna is here not only seeing, not only hearing, even he is able to perceive the smell. So it is like exactly going to that place in front, you're standing in front of somebody, and if suppose somebody is put a lot of scent, you can smell the scent. So something like that. Arjuna is getting the ready multi-dimensional experience of the whole cosmos, of all the different personalities, of all the different manifestations in the universe. So that's what now we hear Arjuna describing. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths and unlimited eyes. It was all wondrous. The form was decorated with divine dazzling ornaments and arrayed in many garbs. He was garlanded gloriously, and there were many scents smeared over his body. All was magnificent, all expanding, unlimited. This was seen by Arjuna. Actually, this universal form, it is a form when Krishna displays during the manifestation of the material world. Because material world goes on in cycles. Bhutva, bhutva, praliyate. It is not going to be there continuously, eternally. There is devastation every manvantara, a partial devastation from the Swargaloka, higher planets, to the lower planets, excepting the top lokas, 3-4 of them. Then there is another devastation, including the topmost planets, when Brahma has to take rest at the end of his day. And the final devastation happens at the end of Brahma's lifetime. So his lifetime is some 155 trillion years, very huge, fantastic lifespan. So at that time, the whole Brahmanda itself, millions of Brahmandas, which are like clustered like a grape, something like that. Millions of them, they all enter into the body of Mahavishnu. So this material cosmos, then again, after a long period of time, Mahavishnu breathes out all the universes. So that's how it happens. So it is not going to be there continuously, eternally. So this Vishwarupa manifestation of the Lord, it is there, the Lord displays during the material world, which is there, during the existence of the material world. So, but sometimes material world is manifested, sometimes material world is not manifested. But spiritual world is always there. And in the spiritual world, the Lord's spiritual forms are there, eternal forms like Rama, Narsimha, Varaha, Lakshmi, Krishna, Narayana, so many unlimited forms which are eternal spiritual forms. They are always there. But Vishwarupa is not there in the spiritual world. It is not that Krishna is there in that mighty form in the spiritual world. No. And his devotees are worshipping him or having a relationship with him. No. That is for the existence of the material world, Krishna controlling this material world, this form being shown by the Lord. So that's how, though it's a transcendental form, everything connected to the Lord is transcendental. It's not ordinary. Still, it is not an eternal form of the Lord. If hundreds of thousands of suns rose up at once into the sky, they might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. Actually, there are hundreds and thousands of suns. Even science says like that, but they have an understanding that the so many stars are the suns. No, the Vedic understanding is yes, there are unlimited suns, there are numberless of suns, but each universe there is only one sun. So we are in one Brahmanda, we are in, amidst so many stars, amidst one sun. There are multiple universes, each controlled by a different Brahma, and each one has a different sun. Yet Chakshuras Eva Savita Sakala Grahana. So it is considered to be like an eye of the Lord, the Vishwarupa, the sun. So that's how generally the sun is said to be the eye of the Vishwarupa. It is said like that. Moon is also supposed to be another eye. So like that it is explained. So anyway, there are unlimited suns. And here it is said, everything is finally caused by the Lord. So in this Vishwarupa is displaying such huge brightness, such huge effulgence. We see so in the middle of the summer season, in the midday, we cannot even look at the sun. Sun, we cannot directly look. It is so bright. So Vishwarupa is also something like that. Arjuna could not actually first see. So then the Lord said, yes, now you get the special power to see. Then you can see. Otherwise, it's like the Duryodhana and all, I think they just saw some huge light or effulgence. They could not actually make out what is happening between Krishna and Arjuna. They could not have that vision. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. So Arjuna is sitting on the chariot, is there. Krishna is not taking him, come on, I'll take you somewhere in the sky, I'll show you everything. He's not doing. Arjuna is sitting there, but Krishna's form as it displayed and the vision of Arjuna got, now we can see everything, what is there in the higher planets, what is there in Brahmaloka, how is Brahma, and what you can see down Patala, how the planets are there, how the living entities, Nagas are there, how there is a Garbhodakashayi Vishnu lying down on the bed of Ananta Shesh. So Arjuna is able to see everything right from down to up, everything he could see. Then bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna began to pray with folded hands, offering obeisances to Supreme Lord. So Arjuna's relationship changes. Arjuna is related with Krishna very confidentially as a friend. A friend and a friend reciprocate on an equal level. They joke to each other. That is how Arjuna has intimate relationship. He's already a perfected devotee. So Krishna has given him that eternal service of being his friend. So, but now seeing Krishna's power like this, Krishna's supreme greatness, Arjuna is now feeling, oh, what I have done. So he starts praying to Krishna. So later he will also beg forgiveness from Krishna. So we will see all these things. Arjuna said, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled together in your body all the devatas and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and many sages and divine serpents. So Lord Brahma is situated on the planet, which is a lotus flower planet. It is said it's shaped like a lotus flower, which is originally coming from the navel of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So from there, Brahma, in the stem of that lotus, creates all the planets. And Arjuna, in the Vedic time, he was also very powerful, and he was capable of traveling to higher planets. And also these personalities had also come down. When the Rajasuya Yajna was there, Brahma, Shiva, everybody had come down to participate because Lord Krishna was there. So Arjuna knows who is who, what is what, everything he knows. So he's telling, oh, now I can see them. I can see Lord Brahma. I can see Lord Shiva. So they are here. They are right here within your body. They are all under you. So Arjuna can see all these things. Their own existence, the assembly of sages where Shiva lives or Brahma lives. So all those things he can see. Their palace, their planet, everything he can see now. O Lord of the universe, I see in your universal body many forms, bellies, mouths, eyes, expanded without limit. There is no end, there is no beginning, and there is no middle to all this. One way, whatever is in existence is the Lord's energy. So many living entities with so many forms, they are actually belonging to the Lord. Your form adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, which is fiery and immeasurable like the sun. So basically, Krishna is showing how everything is controlled by him. Whatever we see is controlled, or whatever the great personalities are there are working under his order. So Arjuna can understand this. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the best in all the universes. You are inexhaustible. You are the oldest. You are the maintainer of religion, the eternal personality of Godhead. You are the origin without beginning, middle, or end. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are among your great unlimited eyes. By your own radiance, you are eating this entire universe. So basically, even the sun, which is giving us so much heat, so much light, it is deriving its energy from the Lord. So it is not that sun is independent and it is independent creation. No, everything is dependent on the Lord. Everything, cause is the Lord. Janmadi asyataha sarva karana karanam. Krishna is the cause for everything. Although you are one, you are spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, as I behold this terrible form, I see that all the planet systems are perplexed. So anybody definitely sees a huge form. Definitely one will be perplexed. A giant form is, we hear about so many giants, so many demonic people from the Puranas, Vritrasura, so many Ravanasura, so many we hear. But universal form, Krishna is showing even more such a huge form is showing. Huge head, huge eyes, and mouth, wide open mouth, and the fire coming out of that. So Krishna is showing like such a form, devastating form like that. So definitely anybody sees it will be perplexed. All the devatas are surrendering and entering into you. They are very much afraid, and folded hands, they are praying. So everybody is praying. All the planets with the demigods are disturbed. Okay, we finish this. I can no longer maintain equilibrium. Seeing your radiant colors fill the skies and beholding your eyes and mouths, I am afraid. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, and Kannada, and all our soldiers are rushing into your mouths, their heads smashed by their fearful teeth. I see that some are being crushed between your teeth as well. So Arjuna is seeing a death-like situation because Krishna, as he's showing this devastating form, he is showing what is going to happen in the future. So we are all under the jaws of death, as sure as death. So we will all be finished. So Krishna is showing just at the end of this war, the war will be finished in 18 days. So through this period, many millions of soldiers, all these great leaders, they will all be finished. They will all be crushed. So Krishna is showing that Duryodhana being crushed, Karna being crushed, Dronacharya being crushed, Bhishma being crushed. So he's seeing, oh, all these people, I'm thinking my own relatives, my own uncle, my own grandfather. So I can kill them. Now I can see that they're all being killed by Krishna. So if I fight, if I don't fight, they'll all be killed. So Arjuna is able to see this now. Arjuna is able to see the reality that the Lord is the decider. The Lord is the final executor. As the rivers flow into the sea, so all these great warriors enter your blazing mouths and perish. So just like some moths, sometimes they dive into the fire and they die. Something like that. All the people were with so much, like Duryodhana, everybody was trying to counsel him. So what you are doing? Pandavas are so righteous. Yudhishthira Maharaj is the religion personified. So it rightfully belongs to them. Why you are doing this? Everybody tried to counsel him, but he was not to hear. Vinashikale viparita buddhi. It is said somebody at the time of destruction, his brain doesn't work properly. So he was forcibly rushing into the fire. He was He was becoming the cause for his own downfall, Duryodhana. So, because finally truth will win, dharma will win, and Krishna is there personally here. So, he's definitely going to be finished. So, Arjuna can see this now. Yes, this is going to be the end of the Dhritarashtra's sons. You can see that. Then the Lord said, time I am destroyer of the worlds, and I have come to engage all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. So time finishes off everything. Great, great empires, big, big kings, big, big personalities. They are just names now. So they are all finished already. Big, big Roman Empire, Alexander the Great, recent history, English Empire, Napoleon, so many people. So where are they now? So everybody is going to be finished. So time, Kalo Asmi. So Krishna said, this is my another manifestation. The force of time, I finish everything in this material world. Everything will be finished in the material world. Therefore, get up and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement. And you, O Savyasachin, can be but an instrument in the fight. It's a very nice here, an instrument in the fight. You can see here in the surgeon's hand, a knife, surgeon's scalpel, surgeon blade. So it is not that the blade is cutting and it is curing our disease by the surgery. No, it is surgeon who is doing that. It is the instrument which he uses to do that. Similarly, here what we have to understand, we all have to just become an instrument in the Lord's hand. Everything will be done by the Lord. Now Arjuna will agree, yes Krishna, whatever you do is perfect and I agree to be used by you. So similarly, perfection of every one of our life is the degree we come forward and then allow Krishna to use us for his mission. So that is the perfection of our life. So for a pure devotee, it is said, the Lord totally controls them and then uses them for his mission. So to the degree we also come forward, the Lord will use us, and that is the perfection. Sometimes it is said, nice example devotees give. Suppose I have a watch in my hand. Okay, it is very nice. It's a decoration, cosmetic, some decoration. But when it is useful, only when I see the watch, I look at the watch and I understand, oh, this is the time. Now it is 7:45 or whatever. I understand. Then the watch becomes useful. Otherwise, the watch is no use. It may be working very regularly, very nicely. But unless I see it, it is of no use. Similarly, each one of us being a part and parcel of the Lord, unless the Lord uses us for his satisfaction, we are useless. The blessed Lord said, all the great warriors, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna are already destroyed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies. So because Arjuna is a 100% pure devotee of the Lord wants to give him the credit. So there are two biggest wars in history. We say First World War, Second World War. Actually, these are not big wars. These are very small. The real world wars happened. What we hear, one is Ramayana, another is Mahabharata. So huge, big wars. And both the wars, the heroes were devotees. The first war, the hero is Hanuman. He is the hero there. So the Lord Ramachandra used him for victory over Ravana. Second war, the Mahabharata. The hero is Arjuna. So both the wars, the great heroes are the devotees. Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, okay, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna trembled, fearfully offered obeisances with folded hands, and began falteringly to speak as follows. O Rishikesha, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. So demons means by their ignorance, by their deficient understanding, not able to understand that the Lord is the source of everything. So in ignorance, this will happen. So Arjuna is saying, yes, the whole world actually becomes joyful by hearing your name. O great one who stands above even Brahma, you are the original master. Why should they not offer their homage to you? O limitless one, O refuge of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. Sometimes it seems that things are repeated, but in a time of ecstasy, in a time of great wonder, things are repeated. So Arjuna sometimes, as he's praying to the Lord, seems to repeat some statements. Doesn't matter. This is the glory of the Lord, which is a truth, which is absolute truth. And he's seeing that everybody is offering homage, offering obeisances. All the devatas are actually always worshipping the Lord. Vishnu Bhakta Bhaved Daiva Asuras Tad Viparyaha. It is said. What is the meaning of devata? Devata means Vishnu Bhakta. They are all devotees of Vishnu. And Daiva, Asura means Tad Viparyaha, who is not a devotee of the Lord, who is not with a proper understanding about the position of the Lord. So that becomes the demon. You are the original personality of Godhead. You are the only sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You know everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are above material modes, all limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. I have in the past addressed you as Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, without knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times while relaxing or while lying on the same bed or eating together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. Please excuse me for all my offenses. Actually, Arjuna has no offense. Arjuna is a pure devotee of the Lord. For the pleasure of the Lord, Arjuna is under the influence of the Yoga Maya, internal energy, internal potency of the Lord, which makes the devotee forget the Lord's supreme position and act out of natural spontaneous affection. Just like Arjuna, Mother Yashoda, the gopis. So they're acting out of natural affection for the Lord's pleasure, by the Lord's pleasure. The Lord's will, they're acting like that. But still, here, seeing himself, the Lord's position so glorious, Arjuna is feeling. So he's remembering his previous activities and he's thinking, I offended the Lord like this, like that. Being a humble devotee is praying to the Lord like that. After seeing this universal form, which I've never seen before, I am gladdened. But at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O Lord of the universe. So basically, devotees don't want to see this universal form, devastating form, power display of the Lord. Krishna is so powerful, so great. They are not interested like that. They want to relate with Krishna in a sweet feature. That is the unique personality of the Lord, uniqueness of the Lord. So the Lord is so powerful, so great. Still, he doesn't want to rub on his devotees. See, I'm so great, I'm so powerful. He's not like that. He is happy to have sweet dealings with his devotees. So that is the speciality of the Lord. So Arjuna, being in that position, having tasted that sweetness with the Lord, so he doesn't want this to continue on and on. Krishna showing such universal form, such devastating form. No, Arjuna is requesting Krishna, kindly come back to your original form. I don't want, it's enough, this is Vishwarupa. In fact, the gopis say at one time, when they see Krishna's form is so beautiful, so wonderful. So Arjuna is requesting, that's why Krishna is showing. Otherwise, Krishna's two-armed form, Krishna's original form is most beautiful. So all the devotees are attracted by that. Arjuna is also attracted by that. The gopis are also attracted by that. In fact, so much they are absorbed in that form, they criticize the creator, Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma has created the material bodies in this world. So Krishna's form is always spiritual, eternal, transcendental. But devotees, when they come to this world, they seem to accept material form. So the gopis, they they criticize Brahma. They say, what kind of eyes you have created? Because our eyes have to continuously, have to close. We cannot see continuously. The eyes, for the lubrication of the eyeballs, it has to close. The eyelids have to close. So they say, we cannot see Krishna constantly, continuously. These eyeballs are obstructing. So that is the beautiful form of the Lord. So Arjuna is also a devotee, always directly in connection with the Lord. Who has the capacity, who is qualified to see the Lord like that. So he's praying, the Lord kindly come back to the original form. So first of all, Arjuna requests that to see the four-armed form of the Lord, because the four-armed form of the Lord as Narayana is the general form in the spiritual worlds wherein he is exhibiting his supremacy. The two-armed form, the Lord keeps to few of his confidential associates in the Goloka planet. So that is a very, very confidential form of the Lord, the two-armed form of the Lord. So Krishna, Arjuna is requesting, let me see your four-armed form. I wish to see you in your four-armed form with helmeted hand and with club, wheel, conch and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. Even the Paramatma within the heart is of the four-armed form. So Arjuna wanted to see the four-armed form of the Lord. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine, for neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charities or similar activities can this form be seen. Only you have seen this. So it is not that one can see the universal form by great tapasyas, by great austerities, great penances, by following brahmacharya, by doing so many yagnas, by doing by studying the Vedas, by doing charities. So many good things are there. So many activities of dharma are there. But this is not the qualification. So the qualification is bhaktya, by pure devotion, by pleasing the Lord, the only way the Lord reveals this universal form, or even this four-armed form, or the two-armed form. Your mind has been perturbed upon seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free from all disturbance. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. Sanjaya said to the Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, while speaking thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form, and at last he showed him his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. It is said, Saumya Vapu. So it is said, this form of the Lord, two-armed form of the Lord, is the most beautiful form of the Lord. Narayana form is also very, very beautiful, but Krishna's form is even more beautiful. So Krishna's form is the original form, Krishna's to Bhagavan's mind. So he displays even more beauty. It is said four qualities distinguish Krishna's other forms, Narayana forms. It is Krishna himself. It is not that Narayana is another personality or anything. It is Krishna's own form. Still, the Krishna's form, Krishna displays some extra qualities like exquisite, beautiful, exquisite personal beauty, Rupa Madhurya. Then he plays on the flute. We don't find Lord Narayana playing on the flute and attracting all the living entities. So Krishna has done. Krishna in his form does that. Venu Madhurya. Similarly, there is Leela Madhurya, Krishna's intimate pastimes like the Damodara Leela and all. It does not happen in the Lord's appearance as Narayana, as Lord Rama, anything like that. Such sweet, such intense, such intimate. His devotees controlling him. All that will not happen in other Leelas. That is speciality of Krishna form. Leela Madhurya, Bhakta Madhurya. Even the devotees Krishna has in his form as Srimati Radharani, as Yashoda, as Nanda Maharaj, Gopis, such intimate devotees. Krishna does not allow such intimacy in his existence as Narayana. In Narayana, everybody is with great respect. Like a king, everybody is offering their respect. So Narayana is a supreme king. But the same person at home, that is like Krishna, where he allows intimate relationship of the devotees with him. When Arjuna saw Krishna in his original form, he said, seeing this human-like form so very beautiful, my mind is now pacified and I am restored to my original nature. The blessed Lord said, my dear Arjuna, the form which you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods, devatas are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form which is so dear. Actually, it is said, the Lord comes in the form of Lord Krishna in this material world. In the spiritual world, Goloka, the Lord is always there as Krishna. But in this material world, he appears once in a day of Brahma, because the day of Brahma has 1,000 ages. In the 1,000 ages, the 14 Manus, when they come, the 7th Manvantara, 28th cycle, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, the Lord comes in the form, his original form of Krishna. So he doesn't come every now and then. The other forms, as Lord Ramachandra, as Lord Narsimhadev, as Varaha, as Matsya, Kurma, so many forms of Lord, they are all they keep coming. But in the form of Krishna, Krishna does not come. He comes once in a day of Brahma to this material world. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Bhaktya, so only by bhakti, only by devotion. There is no other way. Bhaktya tu ananya shakya aham evam vido Arjuna gnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. Mat karma krit mat paramo mat bhaktah sangavarjitah nirvairah sarvabhuteshu yah samameti pandava. My dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. This verse also Srila Prabhupada comments is a summary of the Gita, wherein we can execute devotional service with a propensity, with our tendency to please the Lord. So that is the way of perfection of our life. So Krishna in essence talks about how every activity we dedicate to him, we understand him to be supreme goal, and we become his devotee, devoid of false association, bad association of this world. So Krishna says we will reach back to him back to spiritual world. Yes, thank you everybody. This is the 11th chapter. First of all, Arjuna requests to Krishna to show the universal form, Vishwarupa, to set a condition, to set a criteria that whoever in the future may say that I am God, I am supreme. So let them show the universal form. In fact, some so-called avatars, so-called incarnations, there is an instance who said that tomorrow I am going to show the Vishwarupa. And next day, the person didn't show. And when his so-called followers, devotees asked him, he said, today the sky is very, very cloudy, so I cannot show my Vishwarupa. So like this, people give some silly reason. So nobody can show any Vishwarupa. And some people also say, no, I saw Vishwarupa, so-called devotees of so-called incarnations. So no, Vishwarupa is as here described. So Arjuna has described what is the Vishwarupa, how all the devatas are there, how all the planets are being controlled. So everything is under the Lord's will, working under the Lord's will. So it is not some imagination, some fiction, some mythology. No, it's a reality how Krishna controls everything. So by this, we get an idea of what is Vishwarupa, and we will not be cheated by so-called incarnations, so-called avatars, accepting somebody as God. No. Yes. Thank you, everybody. This is a summary of this chapter, as you can see.